Jimmy Fallon. So anyway, so Jimmy Fallon is a famous comedian in the American TV show. So what is this? So Jimmy, and you know what is this? What exactly is this?
Verified account.
It's a verified account. Means Twitter has verified this is a real account. So yeah, last few days there was a lot of Twitter activity where Arnab Goswami's account came up. Some of you are following Arnab Goswami? Anyway, so Arnab Goswami's account came up, but which was not true. And then people were writing, trolling and doing all sorts of things. The nation wants answers. Right? Okay. So you see Jimmy Fallon, what has he written in his bio? He has written he is an astrophysicist. And so since this guy had a huge number of followers, because he is a very popular comedian, he had a huge number of followers. So as soon as you write in Twitter, I want some astrophysicist, Jimmy Fallon was coming out first. So, and you see his tweets are like Fallon, happy, love, fun, video, song, game, book. Okay. Anything different from this? Okay. And now you see his tweets, it is something celeb, funny, humor, music, movies, laugh, comics, television, entertainment. So immediately all the attributes, relevant attributes are given. Okay. So then we actually develop the service who is who. And if you have machine you can run it and you can see that whoever has account, their attributes will begin to come up. Okay. So I have actually purposefully not removed this slide, although I should have. So you see Lance Armstrong, and you see sports, international life, inspirational, business, news, cancer, okay, athletes, cyclists, fitness, celebs, all this words are there. So yeah, this, you know what happened to Lance Armstrong. So he is banned now, and so I didn't remove the slide. Although now if you go to our service and type Lance Armstrong, you will see all those terms are coming, banned, drugs, all those terms are coming. But yeah, fine. Just for good old days, this is there. Okay. So this is who is who service. Okay. So the next service, what? So the first service. So tell me the next service what should we do? This service is clear? You like this service?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me the next service.
We have identified the expert now.
Yeah.
We will go for extracting the information.
Tell me the service name. Give me your service name. What service you want? So the next service will be very easy. Whom to follow? Okay. So now you have told who is who. Given a name, I give all the attributes. Now next thing would be, I give a topic, I want to follow basketball. I want to know people from basketball. So basketball and whom to follow. Who are the people I should follow in basketball? Or I say jujutsu, who are the people I should follow. Okay. Fine. So the next service which will come up is identifying topical experts. Okay, so see again the problem, if you look at the problem that there are 400 million tweets daily. Okay, 400 million tweets daily. Quality of tweets posted by different people vary wildly. So sources, the challenge is you have to find topical experts to narrow down your search. That I have already proved that you have to find topical experts to narrow down. So the basic methodology is given a query, like I said, give basketball. what are the things you have to identify experts on topic using lists. So you can, I have already shown you. So just you have to do the inverse thing. Who I have done? I have to do the inverse thing. I have to take all the people who have come in basketball and list. But what are the other things we have to do? We have to rank. We need a ranking algorithm perhaps. Okay. We need the ranking algorithm, and also we have to keep the system up to date. We have to say keep the system up to date. Okay. So these are the two challenges which we need. So see the point. Even when I am taking the fourth point, one is how to Google keep things up to date. How to Google keep things up to date? Any idea? So they are running huge number of robots who are going to your machine, all sorts of servers, etc. continuously. So that's a huge effort they give. Okay, but we are just people who are working in university. So when I am telling keeping things up to date, we cannot have a huge amount of manpower, huge amount of machine power to keep things up to date. So we have to have optimized. I am not telling Google doesn't have optimized, but we have to have optimized intelligent methods to have things up. Okay. So what we do is we rank experts based on very simple thing, because we can make it more complicated, but simple is good first of all. Everything simple is perhaps very good. Okay. So we use the ranking scheme solely based on lists. Okay. And two components of ranking was taken, the relevance. I am using a topic. Say I have given restaurant. Okay. And there is a topic dining. So these two are relevant. So I have a topic taxi, which is also a bit relevant. Restaurant and taxi is not completely irrelevant, but it is less relevant than something with dining. So then I have to find out the amount of relevance and then popularity of users. What is the popularity? Okay. So then this is again, so you can try in your mobile phone anywhere. Okay. So this is something which is coming, that you have a publicly deployed service whom to follow. So fine, you have a publicly deployed service, but we want to publish paper. So then the thing what we have, so this is something like this. This is something like this. We call this pop news. We call this pop news. Okay. Now you have something like politics, and if you have a filter worldwide, you get Barack Obama, White House, Al Gore, etc. Then if you have, so the interesting thing is politics is fine, but if you write something like stem cell, which is a very niche topic. So stem cell is a very niche topic, and you cannot find information about stem cell even in Google. Forget mass media, even in Google, stem cell information is not huge. So you begin to see who are experts, stem cell tracker, ITRA news, ATA stem cell, cell stem cell. So you begin to get experts even on very niche topics. You begin to get experts even on very niche topics. So now let us go to the evaluation. Okay. So no, it is done. Because we have called the list, we have found that. Okay. Okay. So now, see, this was Paul's paper in Wisdom 2011, which I have told that they have used all those and found machine learning, 15 features, taking tweets, retweets, etc. They have made it. And they were actually testing on 3-4 topics. One was when there was this oil spill. You remember the oil spill incident, which happened, I think, around Mexico. There's a huge lot of oil spills and many wildlife, the ocean life was getting destroyed. So there was a huge environment. So now, and you may not be remembering, but even our newspapers were also reporting a lot of things. So what happens is, if you see this oil spill, what are the experts they got? They got these experts: National Wildlife Federation, Times Breaking News, Internet Newspaper, NOLA News, Reuters. Okay, these are the experts they got. When they gave this topic, oil spill, they want experts of oil spill. So give this topic. What are the experts they got? NYA, NWF, Times, Huffington Post, NOLA News, Reuters. What do you think? Madam, what do you think? You are happy? You are happy? These are experts. You think Times is an expert on oil spill? So Times, like Times of India. Yeah, so see, these are all general news. Huffington Reuters is a news agency. Why are they coming as experts? Because we did the calculation during that time, and these news agencies were actually, they were posting or they were publishing a lot of news related to oil. And see, as soon as mass media take up, so you have a research paper, and a mass media picks up that research paper and makes an article. Will mass media become the expert, or you will stay expert? Okay, but this happens, that, but the reach of mass media will be much more than you. The reach of mass media will be much more than you. So all those machine learning techniques were actually making this mass media as experts. Whereas if you see us, we are giving BP America the oil drum, GoSep is an emergency preparedness organization. US Ocean Gulf, okay, National Ocean Service, USC, US Coast Guard. So all those are very much related with oil spill, because oil spill occurred around the ocean. Okay. Great. The second is actually, so this is something which their information is related to us. So expert may be a misnomer. All those people who are very much related to us. So it's again all this cartels news. The oil cartels news they were. Okay. It was actually given some sort of to follow that. So if we have to have this, we have to compare the figure. So if we have to compare the figure, we have to build up a system. So we built up this system where we actually told users to use our system. So this is a research where we don't do paperwork. We build system, tell user to use our system and give feedback. Okay. So how is the system built? See, we have results from search and search, and we have anonymized. So one search is actually made by Twitter, another search is made by us. Okay. So it's a Twitter's own search, and it is Twitter's, and it is our own search. Okay. And then we told, so actually this work was done. This work was done by people. We had people from 3 continents participating. So we had our team, a team in Germany and a team in Brazil. So we had 3 teams, and we told the PhD students students of all these three fields to go and put it in the university, let people in the university use it and say which is good, which is bad. And then we collected those informations. There were 4 buttons they can push. Means they don't know which search is going on. A is better, B is better, both are good, both are bad. And then we saw that in 12 of the queries we were performing good, better. Like computer science, Linux, Mac, Apple, iPad, India, Internet, Windows Phone, they were performing good. Like Sachin Tendulkar, Angelina Jolie, Harry Potter, Metallica, cloud computing, IIT. So can you tell me the difference, forget IIT Kharagpur, tell me the differences between where they are performing good and we are performing good. Tell me.
Personalized, while the second one is more personalized.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it that way, that there are celebrity names, but the point is the second one is more popular people. So if there are popular people, a lot of informations are there on the internet. So then people, so Twitter has 1,000 engineers working on this. Okay, not 1,000, maybe in tens, 10, 15 engineers, top tier engineers working, and they are taking lot of social information because Sachin Tendulkar there are a lot of information, Angelina Jolie there are a lot of information. So as soon as lot of informations are there, their system is performing. But as soon as information becomes scarce, they cannot perform, they cannot understand. So this is a problem with machine learning always, that if you have lot of information, you can put everything and do something and something will come up. So there we were actually performing. So another interesting thing is there. What are the 4 options we showed? Tell me the 4 options. A good, B good, both are good, both are bad. So when there was both good, then also the results were not same. If users have told both are good, it doesn't mean that both had same sort of result. So see this example. See this for music. So tell which is ours, which is theirs. Okay. Search is telling iTunes Music, Sony Music, Guardian Music, Yahoo Music, Justin Bieber. While Search is telling Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, okay, Justin Timberlake, Pink.
Right side. First one is yours.
Which is Twitter?
Yes.
A is yours.
A is yours.
A is yours.
B is common. A is common. Right side is
No, A is actually Twitter's, B is ours. Why? Can you tell me? Because we were using list. So when people are putting music, they are not putting experts of music as Sony Music. They are putting Justin Timberlake as music. So we are getting back that information that Justin Timberlake is an expert in it, not Sony Music. So is Sony Music an expert? Yes, it is an expert. But now the next question is, do we go to Twitter to follow Sony Music? We go to Twitter to follow Justin Timberlake. So although this is a relevant thing, so there is a concept of differential relevance. So if I can go to Sony Music website and get Sony Music. So if I think in terms of differential relevance, then our thing is much more relevant. Because these are bringing out personal tweets or personal experts whom we really want to follow. So then so I will not go into how we keep things updated, but interestingly what happened is when we started, it was done like two years back, so when we started, actually Manmohan Singh joined 14 days after. He joined just 14 days before. And he is not among the first 55 million. But as soon as we begin to crawl and our crawl techniques were tried, Manmohan Singh began to become our expert. can be immediately captured. Okay. So what is the third service? Propose another service. We want to build a component. What is happening? So now since we have experts, we will try to find out the tweets of the experts and see topical content. So I will try to give music and I want to know what is happening. I want to know what is happening. Okay. So now tell me what are the problems, what are the barriers? What are the problems to follow? Tell me some character. See, again let us go back to Shah Rukh Khan. So although Shah Rukh Khan is an expert, Shah Rukh Khan is always tweeting about jams, traffic jam. So that means it's not that experts are tweeting always about it's not that it's always tweeting about it. So then the question would say that if I take all the tweets of expert and push it to you, I will begin to see all sorts of junk content. If I just push all the contents of experts, it doesn't mean that you will see all topical content. What is your information need? Your information need is topical content, but you will begin to see junk. Okay. So then what to do? So this is something again applied research, and if you go on looking, you get intuition. What interesting intuition what we saw is that if a tweet, very simple, if a tweet is tweeted by two experts, if a tweet is tweeted by two experts, then it becomes a topic. Okay. As soon as, see, Shah Rukh Khan will talk about jam and Amitabh Bachchan will also talk about jam, this is not true. But both will talk about, if both Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan is talking about something, then that is necessarily a tweet about it. That is always coming. We go on, and you can think that this is, see, as soon as I say, you can understand that this will happen. So then this was a very important observation which we saw, that then let us push content of people, of tweets which are tweeted by simple thumb. Okay, and then we get this Twitter what is happening. And this is how it looks. Say you have trending topics on politics, and we give like information. We give last 3 hours information, last day information, last week information. Okay. So this is also a very interesting thing. See, what is happening is when we search in Google, what happens? You get a one shot search. But think of searching in Twitter. Okay. So if you are not given some sort of summarization that okay, last 3 hours what has happened, last 1 week what has happened. So you want that what granularity? Say I want to know all information about say Shah Rukh Khan. Okay. At what granularity you want? You want to know what has happened in last week, whether the minister is getting bailed or not, or you want to know about the entire story of Shah. So there are time scales in search. So unlike Google search, Twitter search, there are time scales in search. This is a story which is told, a story which is unfurled. If you think in media time, it's a story which is unfurled. Okay, so it's not that just last 2 hours, you may mean last day, last week. So this search has this feature that you can see last 2 hours. And here, and what happens, related tweets are grouped together, and you will see a lot of sophistication going on. Together very common has come. The number of experts working on the subject, the number of tweets, based upon that ranking cycle. I am not going into the detail, but there are actually a lot of sophistication which goes into the system. Okay. So then you see again the interesting thing is people can talk about politics, but showing developing stories on neurology is a difficult thing. So this system actually shows for the developing stories on. Okay. So I will talk a little bit about evaluation. This you may not know, so this is. So now I have made this search which is there. How to evaluate? Give me some idea. Give me some idea. Because ultimately reviewer has to be convinced that this is well evaluated. Tell me an idea how to evaluate. Tell me. Give me an idea how to evaluate. I am giving a search result. You have to evaluate. What will you do? So you will tell your friends to evaluate. See that whether the search result is good or not. Think carefully. You will tell your friends to see whether the search result. So now your friends will have bias. Bias in this way, they have academic bias. So they are maybe using some sort of tweeters. So there will be bias. So I have to have an unbiased set of users who can really. So there is something called Amazon mechanical task, okay, which you can actually employ users in internet. Employ users or workers in the internet. If you go to the Amazon site, you can actually employ workers in the internet who are not known to you and who are spread out all over the world. Okay. And they take money and they begin to evaluate. So we actually employed Amazon mechanical turks and they begin to employ and they begin to evaluate. And what they found is 76% of the tweets are actually relevant. Okay. So we took the tweets, then we showed them the hashtags. So say we take the tweet and show them the hashtags. Instead of tweets, we show the hashtag. So let us take a hashtag like Sandy. So Hurricane Sandy, you remember? There was a hurricane. Yes, there are a lot of hurricanes going on, but Hurricane Sandy. So Hurricane Sandy had this hashtag Sandy. So now Sandy, and I saw that it is coming under the topic music. Is it relevant or not relevant? Tell me. Huh? Not relevant because Sandy is to do with storm and it has, why should it come under the topic music? So then this type of mistakes were happening. So we see that tweets are relevant, but as soon as we see hashtags, they were not getting so relevant. So hashtags there were mistakes. Then we took the hashtags and went back to the tweets. So let us take this Sandy case. So see this Sandy hashtag is coming under the topic music. Now you go back and see the tweet. The tweet is telling Paul McCartney, Bruce Springsteen and Kanye West went for a All-Star 12-12 Sandy benefit. So they are doing a benefit show. A benefit music show is done for the Hurricane Sandy. So what was our first? When I started, I told that Twitter is actually, you can get based upon hashtags. So if you have a despite me novel, you can get all the despite me novel. But given a topic and the tweet doesn't having the explicit terms of music, can you get back those? So here you are actually getting right? So you see that even here is going with Sandy because it is showing that due to Sandy all New York theories have gone. Okay. Right? Great. So again, this I should tell you again and again that in this Twitter, Facebook, there are a lot of spams continuously going on. There is a lot of spam. You see spam tweets, spam spam posts, etc. So as soon as you have taken these experts who are vetted, who have been vetted by others, who have been voted and told that these are experts, the spam quotient goes down immediately. Usually it's the spam quotient. Okay? So now again let us come back. So we have talked about topical experts. So we started with topical groups. We have talked about topical experts. But what is missing till now? Seekers are still missing. So now tell me the next service which we should get. So what are the services we have? Tell me. Who is who? What is that? Now the fourth service. Seekers. So that means who likes what? Okay. Who likes what? Okay. So this old slide where I am showing that Barack Obama is an expert on politics and seeker. So finding seeker is again very so we had a paper in Rex is one of the conferences on recommendation, and Kate Startburn was the program chair of that conference. So we took Kate Startburn's web page and we saw that she has a lot of she is following a lot of people, among which she is following basketball. Among which it was found that she is following basketball. Okay. So then the idea is again very simple. If one is following many experts on a topic, then she is interested. So now you see Kate Startburn's. So now I have this who likes what. I have this service who likes what, and Kate Startburn's interests are coming out. Okay. And among all this, you will see she had the WNBA interest is also coming. She has interest in crisis, disaster, okay, response to the politics, etc. But also she has this little interest in basketball, which is okay. Okay. So then now you are complete to make the topical group. Okay. So you have the topical group where you have experts and seekers. You have the topical group where you have experts and seekers, and this is how diverse. So let us now go into the bottom and see how diverse people we have actually found. So, and we have actually worked on just first 50 million. So since we are not a company, we didn't try to do the entire people. We have just concentrated on like. And this is something which is coming out. So this shows the most popular ones and this shows the least popular ones. So see the most popular ones where you have music, tech, business, politics, food, sports, celebs, media, blogger, hotels, museum, hockey, architecture, charities, weather, space. Okay. And if you see the least popular ones, you have geology, which you have experts on geology. We have groups, experts and seekers on geology, karate, malaria, neurology, tsunami, philosopher, florist, copywriters, taxi, swimmers, astrophysics, multimedia, semiconductor, renewable energy, everything. So you have actually found out the treasure trove. Okay. We have basically found out the treasure trove. So Twitter is not just about celebrities. There are a lot of local experts who are actually functioning on Twitter, and if we correctly use them, we can actually get back a lot of information. Okay. So I know madam is hungry and food is needed. Yeah, but I will just finish this with the last thing. So interestingly, what we were talking about is like we are talking about experts. Okay. So we are talking about experts. So but it has its problem. Talking about experts has its problem, and the problem can be well motivated by this sociological concept that there is a wisdom of crowd and wisdom of expert. So crowd also has wisdom, and see, when revolution happens, whose wisdom is there? Yeah. So wisdom. So if you focus too much on experts, then perhaps you may miss the wisdom of the crowd. So this is something which you must be careful. That if you focusing on experts, fine, you will get some information, but you may miss some information which, see, I will give you an interesting example. You know this story of Osama bin Laden. When Osama bin Laden was attacked, there was some person near his neighborhood who was tweeting, because he saw something very fishy happening, and he was tweeting a drone has come and etc. And immediately in 3-4 hours he got million followers. So, but he was tweeting, so he is somebody from the crowd whom experts really doesn't know. So if we don't take his information, we may actually, what is Twitter doing? Twitter is giving timely information. So you may miss timely information. But the caveat is then how much crowd believes that. So this is a huge problem. So then this is something which we begin to work on. So what is happening is, so if you go and tell your students, so Twitter actually gives 1% random sample for free. So you can just take 1% random sample of all the tweets continuously and store it in your machine. So this is 1% random sample which we are just talking. So now we took this 1% random sample. So now we begin to see that whether this 1% random sample contains all the relevant information. Relevant information means we took some incidents. Like we took the incident of so we took the information, it doesn't matter, we took the information of some incidents, like there was a Boston bombing. Remember, there was a Boston bombing. There was a school attack in USA. So all this disastrous information we took, and we took this 1% random sample, and parallelly we took the tweets of the experts, and we ranked them according to time. And now what test we are trying to do, that who has tweeted first about the information about this incident, because that would mean that timely information is coming from the expert, but timely information is coming from the mass. Okay. And in most of the, and so this was a fight which we put forward, that we'll see mass out. So mass means not all mass, just 1% of the mass, because all mass seeing is difficult. That means again you have to, if you don't know what to do. So 1% mass and 1% means exactly same number of tweets of expert, and we were seeing who is performing early. Okay, this is a fair enough test. And in most of the cases we saw experts perform first. Why? Can you tell me? It's not that experts tweeted first, but in that sample, experts tweet were coming out. Means again, understand this. There was, say, this school attack, and we were seeing the random sample, 1% of the random sample, and exactly same number of tweets collected from experts. Okay, and we are seeing which tweet about this incident student appear first in which sample, whether in the random sample which is coming from the crowd or in the expert sample. And we were seeing experts were tweeting early. Can you see why?
Expert has more followers because of their interest in their particular field. That's why they are expert.
See, we have not taken all the sample, we have taken 1% random sample. So, but if you go back, okay, I will give you this information also. If you go back and see, then you will see that experts has not tweeted first. It is a common person who has, if I take the 100%, I will see that the common person has tweeted first. But why here always expert is tweeting? So it was not that the expert who started it. It is a mass who has started it. But as soon as I see this 1%, I see expert tweeting earlier than a mass. Can you tell me why this is happening?
Rumors or hoaxes.
No, that can be an outcome, but this does
I
not.
am talking about different rumors or hoaxes. Experts are tweeting first.
Yeah, means expert may have, but why always expert is coming earlier? See, again understand that expert has not commented first. A mass has commented. A common person has commented first. But as soon as we have taken the 1% sample, because we cannot work on all the mass comment, 1% sample, experts sample come. Because what happens? No. See, this is interesting that these experts are huge number of experts. These experts we show that there are 38 million. So a lot of people are there who are on the ground, who immediately gets this information or who has contact with the mass. So this person actually retweets what is important in the mass. So it is a sort of human computation which is going on. See, if I take a 1% sample, and this is also a sampling which is done by the expert. So one is 1% random sample and this is a sample which experts has thought to be important. So experts are on the mass, on the ground. So as soon as a common person tweets, expert retweets. And that comes much faster in the. So what is happening is, these experts are not top level experts. These experts are like, so we talked about walking doctors. You know, there was a concept that we'll have, there was a concept in China of barefoot doctors who were going to the villages and who had some idea of doctors, but who would go like that. So they were experts, but they were experts not sitting in bare condition and not delineated from the mass. These are experts who are actually very much with the mass. So as soon as mass tweets something important, this experts acts as a natural sieve. Means he can filter out. If an important tweet is coming, the expert does a human computation, filters it out and brings it out. Whereas through any source of statistical machine learning techniques, this important tweets is very difficult. Okay. So anyway, so experts has this information filters of popular and useful terms. Okay. So all.
So this is for positive results. So take actually what about rumors and negative? The experts get to pick up portions.
Yeah, I can answer in just that. I don't think so. So, conclude, we had a simple observation. See, everything, papers after paper came out and services after services came out with nothing very funky mathematics, etc., etc. It was a very simple observation that if 10 people tell you are good, you are good. And this was a very simple first principle observation. And based upon this, we begin to build systems and we begin to actually have very small, see, all the very small intuitions which were going out and very sociological, very intuitive sociological, very much related with our society. All those information were coming out and that was actually producing paper as a side. So,
I have a question.
yeah,
Expert can be a scammer because they have studied a lot on this field. So how we can judge these particular differences? That spammer, who is expert?
the expert can be a spammer means. So,
Means,
no, what he was asking, it is not a spammer. There can be actually people like Subramaniam Shanti, who is always producing some sort of half-truth information. So he is an expert and he is producing a various half-truth information. So that will always stay there. So those are again different questions which has to be dealt separately.
Whenever a spammer posts a particular topic,
This is spammer means are they posting something which is malicious? So which will harm the system.
say the content is relevant to a certain topic, but the content is totally bogus. How we can say the trustworthiness of that content? How we can, that is judgment through expert.
See, no, I'm not. See, you give me an example. Then
Say you have a post that
so you have a post that tomorrow Copa America Cup will be cup final will be played with Brazil and Argentina.
yes.
So this is a bogus post, and you are thinking that some expert will post this.
Now how common people trust that particular content?
No. See, when we have talked about experts, the point is they have been trusted by common people. They have been trusted by common people. That's why they have become experts. Okay. And now again, the sociological features can always come. That after you have been trusted by common people, you change your color and you become different. So those things will all. These are things which will come. Then again, we have to do we are recrawling continuously. So people will accordingly punish them. So, and if people are not punishing them, then we cannot actually catch them. So only thing is we are not interfering in the sociological situation which is going on. We are taking advantages of them, and there will be anomalies that we cannot actually solve. Only thing, it will be recrawled, it will be seen again and again. We will see some content are not good, those will be removed from experts. This thing will happen. So see, understand, we are recreating a sort of society which is there. We are recreating a sort of society. So all the vulnerabilities of society will also stay in the system. Because we cannot pass. We are not proposing something which can go above society. So what is the task during?
For your very lucid presentation of this, and I think most of the audience will be posing the same opinion about that when we use the social network, we don't think about these things. Okay, we don't think about in detail, and this is a new thing for us and totally new thing for us. And the main purpose of this STC is just to come up with some new ideas and do something in future, so that the research fraternity is actually developed. So we expect exchange of ideas, and this type of interactive sessions will help us think very rigorously. And we thank Professor Ganguly sir for this very nice presentation over here. Now, to keep this moment memorable, we would like to present a memento that will be presented by Dr. Indrajit Bhattacharya. Thank you, sir, for coming here and sharing your experience with us for us. And we will be gathering here for the second session. And just at